Hi, so I'm giving everyone a quick tour of QuickKey. Unfortunately, with QuickKey, how it works is that you need to have students preloaded in a course to assign quizzes to them and have allow them to have access to it. So it's not very convenient if you're having people take quizzes that you don't have the information for. So I'm just going to give everyone a quick tour of how QuickKey works and explain a little bit. With QuickKey, you can run reports of average data. You can print pre-slugged bubble sheets, and you can print blank bubble sheets. With the quiz making aspect of QuickKey, you can make print. You can create quizzes that are for the Scantrons that you print out. You can make digital quizzes that can be taken on a computer, iPad, or a personal device. The QuickKey is also great with the phone app or a iPad is that you can scan a bubble sheet for instant grading, which is one feature I've heard that from of the few reviews I've seen of it that a lot of teachers seem to like. You can also scan answer keys. You can also create answer keys. So one thing that is nice about at least with QuickKey, even though you can have multiple courses set up in QuickKey where you have your quizzes here and you can edit the course list. One thing with the QuickKey is that it's compatible with Google Classroom. So we'll go back to dashboard and I'll show you. So here in the quick start guide, they have instructions on how to take your information from Google Classroom or PowerSchool or another learning management system, and you can input it into this template spreadsheet, and you can basically almost instantly input students into your rosters into your courses on QuickKey so they are able to access it. So the one of the drawbacks of using this one is that you have to have, in order to have students access it, you need to have it basically pre-planned and you need to have their information ahead of time for it to work. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. So I'm going to show you how the I'm going to show. Oh, I also forgot to mention. Sorry. There is a free version of this, and then there's two paid versions for this. I haven't With the paid version, you can run individual reports for student data instead of just overall reports, but from what I've heard, it doesn't really, the reports part from reviews I've seen doesn't really work well. A lot of people have problems with that because it often doesn't load correctly. So I'm going to go quickly take you over and show you how the quizzes are made. So you can make a multiple choice answer key, but you can also make a advanced quiz, which is you can make a bubble sheet or you can make a digital quiz with text, images, multiple choice, open response, match questions, and you can make your own questions. You or use questions from the question exchange, which is basically a lot of teachers share the quiz questions that they make through QuickKey. So that's one way if you want to share your parts of your quiz with other educators, you need help finding ideas for a quiz. That's one great way to use it. So we're going to go to new advanced quiz because I already made a quiz, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, I'm having trouble opening it up to the edit mode. So I'm going to just make a new one to show everyone how it works. So we're going to call this test quiz. So see, you can right here, You can make an open response question, a match answer numerical, match answer test, or a multiple choice. So just for example, we'll do multiple choice. So this is where you can see from earlier quizzes. So let's say, let's say we're doing a quiz on teaching kids the technology rules, because that's one thing I'm working on in my practicum for next week. So let's say, should you place a heavy object on your laptop? So you can go to add stimulus image or text. So you can add, say, a passage, like say you're doing a math test, you can add a passage explaining a word problem, or you're doing a quiz for an English class, you can have a quote from a piece of poetry and have students identify which author wrote the poetry and so on. So you can do that. Or you can also go and you can upload images. You can upload images. So if you have a graph you want to include, or an image of something that you want to include to enhance the question. So let's say you're doing a geography test, and you upload a blank map of a continent like Africa and ask your students, which continent is this? And they can answer. So you can save and close that for a moment. Often these things need a label for this, so let's just call it text just for a moment. And it usually pops up weird things like that, so let's just do that, save and close, just call it text. And you can set the privacy of each individual quiz. You can also put subject tags, so if you do share your quiz, everybody can see what sort of quiz question this is. So you can go down here, and so add answers. You click on the green to mark that answer as a correct answer, and you can have multiple answers be correct. So take, for example, C. Let's see. And have multiple answers be correct if it needed to be. The one thing I find a little frustrating with this is that sometimes if you choose not to add a tag, and the app never fully explains why they want you to put a tag on there if you're not sharing the question, is so after each question you need to save and add to quiz. But sometimes, see, it pops up and says add a question without tags. We recommend you set tags for this question, but they don't explain why. And sometimes when I say proceed, it won't save the answer. So I find that a little bit frustrating if you're trying to make a quiz quickly. So this is basically how QuickKey works. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for like elementary level, because I find the interface a little clunky and a little hard to use. It's not terrible, but I find it's something I would think would be very difficult for younger grade levels. It might be easier to have, say, use at a high school level than any other level. So thank you all for listening to my tour, and I hope you all have a nice week. Thank you.